Our World, Our Power. You're here with Lady Pauline and my wonderful co-host, Mr. Glenn Renwich, the Honorable Mayor of Sutton Boulevard. Thank you for being here. And I have a special young lady here, Cal Williams, the Cal Williams from the disco classic More. Welcome to our world.
Welcome, and I'm so happy to be here today.
I can't believe that you're sitting here on the radio show with me. The last time I saw you was at the casino,
Yes.
and I apologize I couldn't make last week's show at the Hostess College. Congratulations, I heard it was a wonderful show.
It was really good. I was looking for you.
I know you were.
I said, where is she?
Carol, tell me, how long have you been in the business of show business?
For a very long time. I started at, say about 15, 16 years old with a girls group. And I've been with a couple of girls groups, and then I decided that I wanted to go as a solo artist. So it's been quite a few years.
And you're from New Jersey?
I'm from Montclair, New Jersey.
Montclair.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
Yes, Essex County, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
So where did you go to school, and how did music come to be a part
Yeah, how
of
did
your
you get the
life?
bug?
I think it just was just there for me. I always was singing. I always liked to listen to music on the radio and everything. And my cousin that used to be, well, she's only like 2 or 3 years younger than me, but I think I drove her crazy.
Yeah.
I'm singing all the time. I'm on the beach, I'm singing, and I'm saying, oh, listen to this song, listen to that. But I was very shy. So even in school, no one really knew that I wanted to be a singer. They didn't really have programs or anything like that.
So you weren't in like the choir or choral group or
No.
anything like that?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised, because mostly everybody starts in the church.
Because, well, actually, my grandfather is a preacher, but I didn't go to the church and sing in the choir. And it just happened that I just started singing, and my father took me to the Apollo when I was I think it was about maybe 9 or 10.
For amateur night?
No, he just took me to one of the shows.
Oh, to see a show.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll never forget. It was a Sunday, because he used to do things on a Sunday with me. He would take me horseback riding and fishing, and I said, Daddy, do you think I should have been a boy or something, because we're not doing anything that I like. So finally he takes me to the Apollo, and I was mesmerized when I saw, I think it was the Chantels. And quite a few other groups. I can't remember everybody, but I was mesmerized by the band, everything, the lights, everything. So I had the bug right then and there.
Oh, right. I was reading up on you. I wanted to refresh my memory. And I've seen that you performed with James Brown,
Yes.
Melba Moore,
Yes.
Tom Jones.
Yes.
Tell me some of your fond memories of James Brown.
James Brown, I was at Lehman College, I'll never forget it. And I opened up for him. I had my own band, and he had his own band. At rehearsal, when we were doing the sound check, he was like over in the corner, and he was like listening a little bit. So of course, when I got the opportunity, I went over to speak to him. And he was like that Southern hospitality. He called me ma'am. And he was quite older than me at the time. And I'm saying, oh, thank you so much. Shook my hand. Very, very warm person, And I was just mesmerized to even be there on the show with him. And I did my thing, and then of course I'm on the sides watching everything that he does, never dreaming that I would ever be on the show opening for James Brown. That was like my first real, I guess, realization that I had really made it in and arrived in the business. Yes, to be opening for him at a college.
Had the chops, right?
Yes. Oh, and I'm saying I want the band's got to be. They gotta sound good now, but they did. Everything turned out really good.
You still perform with a band?
Yes, most of the dance artists and disco artists are doing a lot of things that are with tracks.
Yes.
But we do some things that we have the bands, and when we can, of course, we like to do it because it just reminds me of that Apollo. When I was at the Apollo and just see the bands, just like so many pieces and everything there would be, and it's a pleasure to be able to perform. But unfortunately, some of the people that have us, it's just for economical purposes. They just want us to do our tracks. So we do what we have to do. We're in the modern world nowadays.
That's true. What is the big difference between the two of them, the working with the tracks and as well as a live band?
I think with the live band, you feed off of each other. With the live band, if you see that you are really getting to the audience with a particular song that you're doing, you can do it for 5 or 6 minutes if you want to.
Stretch it out.
Yes, you can stretch it out. You can, tell them to come down. You can say, give the drummer some. You can involve. It's more of an involvement when you have people up there, your background singers and everything. So everybody's just feeding off of each other. Unfortunately, with the tracks, you just have yourself up there, and when 2 minutes is over, it's over. You've got to go to the next song. You can't tell, you can't say to the guy that's, playing your tracks, well, kind of do it over again. No, you got to go to the next song. So that leaves a lot to, it leaves a lot that you wish you could do more when you know that you're really getting over with a particular part of it, and you can't like keep vamping it or anything. You got to go on to the next song.
What would you say to a young artist who's coming up, who's looking to get into the business?
I would definitely tell them it's called show and business. There can be no show without the business being correct and proper. And I would tell anybody, know about publishing, your writing credits, the producers, the percentages. So many artists would be on big labels like Atlantic, Warner Brothers, and when their time would be up, or their contract would be up, they would let you go. Learn how to find the shares in those companies, find out what you can do financially other than as an artist, or find out about the shares, find out about what you can do, because we're not going to always be on stage forever.
Right.
It's going to be a time that we can't maybe even get to the stage. So therefore, if we have to have, and I always tell young people, have a backup plan. Stay in school, get to, if you want music, go for music then. But you have to have something to fall back on when those dreams don't come true.
Now, you had a 12-inch song. Was it a single? It was a single on Salsa.
Yes.
And you were the first to have a 12-inch.
Yes. What? The reason why they did the 12 inches is that when the DJs would play it in the club, the needle, you needed something to be one song, not an album, but one song. So the groove to the needle would go into the groove and just make it better, because sometimes it would skip if it was like a small 45 or something. So what happened is that most of the DJs were playing the long versions of the 12 inches in the club. And then people would say, well, I don't have it that long. Where can I buy it, or where can I go to buy it to be that long and this big? And Salsa was the first to actually put it out as you can go to the store and buy it. And mine was the first. I think that was Exposure was second.
Second, yes.
But mine was the first one by the numbers.
By the numbers.
Yes.
Where have you performed that is most memorable to you?
Let me see. Well, there's been a couple of places at the Apollo. Because of course I was 9 years old watching people in the Apollo, so the first time that oh my gosh, and people have no idea. You basically sleep and stay there all day. have to be there at 10.
Did you
in the
rub
morning.
the tree trunk?
Well,
and
you
all
know
that?
what, that was when, if you were going to be in there, I think it was Wednesday nights, is that when you were just trying to, like The
The
Voice.
amateur night,
Yeah, amateur night.
Okay.
I actually did the Apollo as a professional with the
Oh,
girls group.
okay.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
wow, that's awesome. Okay.
Yes, we were first, and our rooms were way up on the 10th floor. And they'd be saying, Gemini's on stage, stay on stage. And we'd be running down there, but you actually, when you were in Apollo, you actually had beds. And you were there all day I remember the first show being 10 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
10
I didn't
o'clock in the
realize
morning.
that.
And you did about 3 or 4 shows a day. And
Okay.
I think matinee, almost like Broadway. You know, the way they do the things with Broadway. Yeah, it was surprising. Yeah, but I loved it.
I'd like to take this time to say you're listening to Our World, Our Power on Caribbean Buzz. And please don't forget to check us out on Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, and Google Play. Yours is Lady Pauline, and we're speaking with Carol Williams, the legendary Carol Williams. And I can't say, I remember being 20 years old when I saw you.
Really?
That was only yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I wish.
I was 20 years old and I saw you and I was like, oh my God, I just love your hair. Oh, and I had said to some friends of mine, I think he was also performing with First Choice
Okay.
and,
yes.
and Double Exposure. And I remember saying to my friends, I would like to meet Carol Williams, you know.
Oh.
And they said, yeah, okay. But I never did get a chance to, you know, to
Yes,
do that.
I
It wasn't until years later that I got a chance to meet
And
you.
I came over to you.
You came over to
I
me.
actually
Yes,
went
you
to
did.
you.
Yes,
Yes,
you did.
yes, yes, I
You
did.
did. And I'm so honored to have you. Now tell me, what are you doing for the next, couple of months? What's the summer look like for you as far as entertainment? Where you're going to be performing and so forth?
Well, the show that we did last Saturday, which was June 22nd, that I think they advertised that almost like 3 or 4 months before the show. So that was a very big show for us to do. And the next one that I have is going to be the Legends of Vinyl. It's not really, it's where the Legends of Vinyl is an organization that recognizes artists, producers, and people in the business. And I would like to invite you there.
Okay,
It's going to be
sure.
September the 17th. I'm on the board of directors, along with Earl Young and Denise Montana and Linda Clifford. And we recognize the DJs that started, the record pools. The record pools were very influenced to get our records played on the radio. So that's going to be September the 17th. And then I have a cancer fund organization that I'm going to be doing that September. I don't have the date exactly right. I still have to look at my calendar. But that is coming up too. So things are kind of looking pretty good for the summer.
That's good.
The July 4th.
Oh, yes.
I'm not performing, but my Melba Moore is.
Okay.
And my
Okay.
son is also going to be performing with his band and the Force MD. And that's
Okay.
going to be in Plainfield, New Jersey. So it's like an outdoor event. Everybody can come. It's free.
It's free.
It's free. So,
Plainfield,
if you
sure.
can make it. I know
Okay.
it's hard for the 4th of July.
Is it a Thursday?
Thursday. Yeah,
Thursday.
this is
It's
Oh.
4th of July. So I'm tagging along with my son. I'm not performing. I'm going to be enjoying sitting down and watching the show.
So,
Yeah, sounds good.
Carol, what have you not done that you would like to do in your career?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I would like to record with other artists and do like almost like one song all together, like a dance song for everybody. Almost like Michael Jackson and they did We Are the World. Was it
We Are the
Yes.
World.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, something like
Collaboration
that.
of-
Yes, a
of-
collaboration
of
of writers and artists and people singing for a cause. You know, that's what I would really like to do.
Thank you so much, Carol, for your time, for coming on our show, Our World. And we'll be right back after commercial break. You're listening to Our World, Our Power, here with Lady Pauline and Mr. Glenn Greenwich, the Honorable Mayor of Southern Boulevard, and our special guest, Carol Williams. Tell me, Carol, I hear, well, not just I hear, but I have been to your son's show at the casino where he does Motown.
Yes, he has a tribute band of Motown, and he also has a tribute band of Donna Summers.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and he also has his band called Vintage House Band, which is a combination of doing, you know, up to date, what's happening today, and then what's happening back in our day.
Well, we don't have to wonder who inspired him.
Well, you know, really, Devon's father, my husband, was Wilson Pickett's band leader for years.
Oh, yeah, you
Wilson
did mention.
Pickett.
Yes,
Oh, my
yes,
goodness.
Wilson Pickett. So, my husband played trumpet, so Devon was around the music a lot, and then my husband was also my musical director with my band, and in fact, it was my band that opened for James Brown, and my husband was the musical director for that. So he's, you know, kind of would be
You got
down
on both sides.
Yeah, he started playing drums when he was 2. We were rehearsing one day, and we got up to leave, and he sat down on the drums. Well, he didn't really sit; he stood because he was only 2 years old.
Okay.
And at that time, my drummer was Wally Gator, who has played.
You mean
with
Wesley?
Wesley. You know Wesley.
Yes, I know Wesley.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Matter of fact, he was before Freddie Perez.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
all right. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, so Wally's played with so many different people and everything, and he started at a very young age.
Yes,
When
he
I
did.
met Wally, he was only like 16, 17 years
years
old
old,
playing.
yeah.
So he was my drummer at the time, and when he got up and we were, you know, getting ready to leave, my son sits down and stands up to 2 years old and starts playing drums. So yeah, so
That's wonderful.
Yes. So we got him in a program with the Juilliard at a very young age. He tried out and he made the auditions and everything, so it was free. So at 15, 16 years old, he was going to the program.
He's
with
very
Juilliard.
talented. I love his show.
Yes,
I love his
he
show.
likes what he's doing. That's for sure.
Carol, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
on Our World, Our Power, and we'll catch you next week.